the garden. Today is September 1st, 2024. It's time to start harvesting some stuff. I have been harvesting, don't get me wrong. But today we're gonna harvest all of the tomatoes. Some of them are still green. We're gonna go ahead and let them ripen inside because with them turning red now, I'm gonna be gone for anywhere from 8 to 12 days. I'm not sure yet. Depends on how long I wanna stay in California and how many days I want to take to make the drive. Considering I have a hard time trying to sit still long enough to make a long drive like that, I might make it in 4 days. I might make it in 3. I'm certainly not going to be doing the 2 days there and back thing, or 2 days to get there, 2 days to get back type of thing. My body can't handle that. 8 hours a day is going to be kind of pushing it, and that's pretty close to what it's going to take for a 4-day trip. So I do have a little bit of a cold, so apologies. So today we're going to get started on the garden. As you can probably see in the back, most of the corn is gone. With the fence being partially knocked down and trying to hold it up and everything, the squirrels found their way to the corn and they pretty much demolished most of it. Next year I am going to be putting some sort of electric wire around it and a better fencing. We kind of just threw this together this year. Next year will be a lot better planned. We're also going to be trying to add the raised beds. So I'm going to be building frames for, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably about six raised beds or so. It'll still be about the same length, but it'll be a little bit different. So we're going to be adding that next year, and then a better fencing around it, and most certainly we're going to be adding some sort of this to the top, or maybe just a temporary electric fence that can go up and then come down every winter. I haven't decided which yet. I'm kind of liking the full electric part. We will see. But between the rabbits and the squirrels, I don't feel like hassling with the wildlife to try to get my food. So we're just gonna put up something that'll give them a little bit of a shock and remind them to stay out of the garden. So that's gonna be next year's thing. We did have another storm come through, and thankfully not really much happened. I'm gonna bring you in here really quick. This branch here did make it into the garden. Yeah, see, it's not a difficult task to get in here. Peanuts are still looking great. I have yet to even try to look to see if how any of them are doing. Alright, so that branch landed on this part here and completely knocked the trellis down. But I mean, it was already living on borrowed time considering how it was holding a lot more weight than it should have, and it actually held up a hell of a lot better than I thought it would. That's a pretty little bee. That looks like a carpenter bee almost. Oh, he's doing a little pollen dance. Oh, now he's flying around. We're gonna not bother him because he pollinates my garden. But I have been keeping them kind of small because I don't want huge cucumbers. But I haven't got a lot of, I can't get this thing to stay straight upright. Here we go. I have gotten a lot of pickle-sized cucumbers. So I'm going to try an experiment this year. It's probably going to be a fail, but these are coming in so non-consistently that I've had one batch where I might have had enough for like a jar or two of pickles. Otherwise they're just kind of all over the place. So I've been cutting them up and freezing them. Pretty much everything I've harvested nowadays except for some green beans have been frozen. I even have some frozen green beans, but we've already eaten some of those. So I just slice them up and I freeze them. I'm going to freeze dry a lot of these things. Like my white scallop squash. I got a couple of those. I steamed them. I froze them. They're going to go to make a dish that my great grandma used to make. Yeah, they're still finding their way into here. Annoying little shits. There's one of the purple jewel corns right there, I believe. So this is pretty much how it's been. So I came through and just took out all the corn. I pretty much accepted that corn's just not going to be a thing this year because the squirrels, they find a way to get whatever they want. So I'm going to electrify it, that way they don't. I mean, I've tried every repellent there is. Oh, these are guaranteed to work. Oh, and I've never found anything that works better. Not a damn one has worked. That corn was sprayed with cayenne. They still ate it. They don't care. That is my number one go-to to keep everything away. The rabbits will avoid it. Squirrels, no. Not at all. Okay, so I'm gonna come here and find some more cucumbers, see if there's any left. I don't know what is on this handle, it's wet. I've also come through here and I usually trim a lot of these extra leaves up. I think the pumpkin is finding its way over here too now. Here we go. Okay. But I'm leaving come Friday for California. So I need to get as much of this stuff harvested and put away as I possibly can. I don't know where my camera's facing. Yeah, so I have a bunch of new ones coming in here now. And so Doxy doesn't really, the garden's not his territory at all. So I still have a bunch of yellow squash coming in. I got one zucchini and that was it. I see another white scallop coming in right over here. Let's get you in there so you can see. Whew. We have a white scallop coming in right here. You can see that's going to be a female because of the little bulge thing there. There's another way to tell. You can look at the flowers itself, but that's the easiest way to tell before the flower actually opens. Is that little bulge. Ooh. There we go. So, give a little bit of an update before I start tearing into these things, because these are all coming up today, including, yeah, these are all coming up today. Peppers are still kind of growing a little bit. Just gonna let them do their thing. Harvested one spicy bell pepper. Forgot that I harvested the spicy bell pepper and added it to spaghetti. That was some really interesting spaghetti. Yes. Okay. So, this girl here found her way to, I've been trimming this down. This girl here found her way into the garden. I don't have my hand one, so I have to do this way. So I went and found some male flowers and I fertilized her flower when it opened, and I'm going to give her a shot, but we're close to the end of the season, so I don't know how well it's going to be. This one is close to done. She'll be done by the time I get home. I'm just going to leave her be. And then this girl here, I did the same thing too. Went ahead and fertilized it. I mean, there's more females trying to pop up, and I've actually taken a few off. More females are trying to pop up, and I've been trimming off the vines so that that doesn't happen, because I don't need more females. I have two. I really only need two pumpkins. Even with Gravity, this thing is kind of a little weird shaped, but she's heavy. So then this girl here is gonna come up and also be a little bit on the heavy side for this thing, but it's higher up, so it should be fine. We actually put in a post there to kind of hold the weight of this one, so that should be fine there. And I've been nipping the new females that I find in the bud, so you're not seeing any now, but took off a whole other vine that was coming up. Right here, oh, here's one right here. Another female starting right there. I don't know. It's a little late for them to be starting, but I'll just leave her be. If she wants to give it a shot, I'll give it a shot. If this one wants to produce any females, I'll let her give it a shot. I'm seeing mostly cucumbers coming off of the back, but that's because the cucumber comes this way. So I have the cucumber down in here. So I've been harvesting them, but they're not coming in all at once, which is kind of what you need in a garden. So My tobacco plant is covered in bugs, and I keep coming out and washing it, and severe thunderstorms keep washing them out, and they don't go anywhere. I sprayed them with soapy water, and that kind of cleans them up, but then they're back in a few days. I'm like, ugh. I kind of gave up. So today's harvest is going to be the tomatoes. Some of them have started to turn red, which lets me know it's full grown. And some people will leave them on until they're all the way red. I'm going to go ahead and nip them in the butt now. Like, there's none on this. So we're gonna go ahead and start trimming these down. Because I need them to... Oh my god, this one's already gorgeous. It's actually ready to be picked anyhow. Beautiful Cherokee tomato. Or if you pronounce it properly, Chalaki. So I'm gonna go ahead and get all of these. I'm gonna get the green ones as well. And start tearing these down. So that is my goal for today, is to get the tomato plants all torn out. It's mostly because they're pretty much done for the season. They're full grown as they're gonna be, and any new ones aren't gonna ripen by the time the freeze will come anyway. So we're just gonna go ahead and take them out now. All the ones that are still green can easily ripen and taste just the same off the vine as on the vine. So we'll go ahead and remove them now, let them ripen on the countertop, and then if they're not ripened before I leave, as they ripen, Doxy can put them in the freezer for me later. I have some ripened now, and those ones I can pull seed from, because tomatoes were I only grew one variety of tomatoes, so I'm going to collect a ton of seeds to last me many years. Next year I'll play around with something else. This one just never really stood a chance. It's part of that plant, okay. Alright. So, let's get this done. Otherwise, I definitely won't do this crowding thing a little bit too much, but we worked good enough. Just these things keep wanting to fall over. Okay. Okay, this one's a little smaller, but whatever. It's still flowering. I could leave them, I just don't know how long I'm going to be gone, to be honest. The 2 weeks comes fast when you're doing gardening work. Now these ones, they actually turn like a purplish. They turn red then purple. You can see the purple starting to kind of come in on this one, but it's mostly like a dark red. So it's not 100% ripe yet, but still great. Yeah, I'm gonna do a better thing with the tomatoes next year. I'm gonna do the poles on each side or down the line and draw strings to hold them upright. That method seems to work pretty good for a lot of people. So I'm gonna give it a shot. Oh, come on. You didn't want to go in there in the first place, now you don't want to come out. You're stubborn. There we go. And I know I could get a lot more of these, it's just I don't have the patience or the time to be patient this year. Normally a very patient person, I'll let them go until, right before freeze, but I have places to be. That's just a weed. And these things work great for keeping them onto the plant, under the thing. Like really great. So I'm really happy. I bought a bunch of those this year. I might be on the wrong side to harvest. Okay. I'll have to use some of these for some of these pepper plants because they're falling over too. That I didn't even get to stay in the ground at all. Yeah. Okay. Oh. Well. It's not even a tomato. Oh, no, tomatillo plant. Oh, boo. Okay. I got one little tiny tomatillo. Okay, I'll let the rest of it stay though. You can stay. Oh, that goes in right there. Okay. There we go. Whatever. Alright, back to tomatoes. Okay, I'm gonna have to come to the other side because that's where the majority of them are, where the whole thing fell over. A lot of it's from the weight of these tomatoes. And then I'll come through, yeah, some tomatillos hidden throughout there too. Yeah. They got a little messier than I thought, so a little too cramped this year, but we'll certainly do a better job planning next year. Did some combat gardening and it was semi-successful, but it could have been more successful. But I mean, I'm still getting fruits. Or well, technically these are fruits, so I'm still getting fruits and vegetables. So it's not a complete loss, it's just, you know, not ideal, and I still have weeds everywhere. So I'm gonna come around to the other side because there's like a whole vine of them right there. So I'm gonna move you this way. Try to give you the best view I can. That thing worked pretty good. Okay. That's all messed up. Oh Lord, okay. There we go. Kind of fixed. Alright, so one is done. This is Tomatillo. So here's Tomatillo. This is tomato. I'm probably losing out on a lot because of this, to be honest. There's a lot that aren't even starting yet. This is probably the stupidest move ever, but they weren't surviving very well anyway, so okay. Because it should have been a much bigger haul. But between storms and bad start thanks to certain kittens, yeah, these aren't even really ready to go. Ugh. This one, however, is. Yeah. These are already bending anyhow. So maybe it was not the greatest success. Oh, that's actually on the inside of this thing too. Pretty sure one of my tomatoes and tomatillo plants got mixed up. Because I have a tomato over where the tomatillos are. Whew. I'm actually going to leave these plants be because there's still some tiny ones that have room to grow. But I am going to pick up these tomatillo plants off the ground. This one's not tomatillo. Go on over there. Okay. I can go that way. Alright. So I'm going to leave some tomato plants because they still have little ones out there and I just want to let them go. They're going to be fine. They'll last while I'm gone. tomatillos though need to get up off the ground because they're bugging me. There's that. This little one can come up on this one. Okay. This thing's ready to come up and get moved to another location. So that pepper does not want to stay up. What's up, Bill? Hi. There. You use branches to hold other things up. It works pretty good. Alright. So for the amount of plants I did, I really didn't get much of a yield. But as you can see, a lot of it is because I'm pulling early for other reasons. These peppers, however, if I can remember which ones are which, a lot might be ready to be harvested. Put some jalapenos already. I think they were jalapenos. I think my tags got mixed up. It's a really long, hot day and I wasn't feeling good. Okay. Pardon the kids screaming. At least they're keeping their language in check this day. Sometimes you hear some pretty foul language from these little tiny ones. Like first, second graders. Whew. Anyways. So, I think this one right here is the paprika. And, I don't know, it says that's cayenne. No, these are cayenne. Pretty sure these are pepperoncinis. They look like pepperoncinis. I don't know. They're all mixed up. I'll have to come through and really relook at all these again and figure it out. have a tag here that says paprika, but... And this is over in the cayenne section, but that is definitely not cayenne. These look like cayenne. They're tall, tiny, skinny things. So, but for some reason this looks like a peppercini. Oh, you guys can't even see me, sorry. So this looks like more like a peppercini. I did plant a bunch of those. So I think some of these got a little mixed up in the things. This looks like an Anaheim here. I don't know how jalapenos are down there, but that my tags say that yeah, that is jalapeno. And it says these are peppercini, and that's not right. And they're definitely not peppercinis. These are peppercinis. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure these are the Anaheims here. And these look actually ready to pick. A lot of the jalapenos look ready to pick if they stay on any longer. Actually, these could be peppercinis right here. There's one. What the heck are those? They're not paprika. Oh, well, this one's picked now. Alright, so it's terrible. I mixed up my tags and now I don't know which peppers are which. And this is my first year ever growing peppers, so whoopsie. I see some more spicy bell peppers down there though. Or the black bell peppers. These are all falling over and I probably should have put something in here and I didn't. I know these are cayenne. Long, skinny. Once they're bright red, they're ready to harvest. So these here, I know these are cayenne. I don't think that's paprika. I don't know, the tag was kind of between the two. Maybe it is paprika. My first year ever growing paprikas, I don't know. My first year growing Anaheims. I've only cut them up and freeze dried them. I bought them in a can. I don't know, I'm gonna look them up and see what they all supposed to look like and whatnot and go from there. But weather permitting is supposed to be good enough so that I can let the sugar beets go, the cauliflower if that's ever gonna grow. Same with the Brussels sprouts. Oh gosh, I've already come through and lopped off most of the wheat. Though I really did not get as much wheat back as I put in. Squirrels, squirrels did what squirrels do. The parsley ready to come out and some carrots are going to be ready soon. They're looking quite pretty. The fennel, I have no idea why I keep it growing. My chives aren't really doing anything. That's why I just need to give them a raised bed because there's just so much contamination from different plants and everything, and I didn't sterilize the soil well enough. I miscalculated all the crap inside Minnesota soil. My bad. So next year's gonna be a little bit better organized, even if it's just the raised beds, but I'm definitely putting up the electric fence at some point because I really like squirrels. But I really hate them right now. Like, worth a passion. Because they have been destroying everything of mine lately. My blueberries are completely dead now. My grape has had to regrow itself like 4 times this year alone. My currant is starting to grow again and I keep it sprayed with something to keep the rabbits off. And yeah, so they've destroyed a lot, and they keep digging into my orange tree, which that's where I get a little paranoid because I do not want them tearing up my orange tree because I might have to murder a squirrel for that one. Ooh, woosah. I did love squirrels, I really did. Used to find them on the street like almost dead because someone had poisoned them, and I'd take them home and we'd nurse them back to health. And one got released, one we kept until she passed away because she was in such bad shape. So, you know, I've always been good to squirrels. Always been good to squirrels. My squirrel karma should be better than this. Also, I feed them a lot, so that should have something to do with it too. An itch. It did not. So we have one tomato plant left that is doing its thing. It has a couple small ones and some flowers. I should have just left the flowers on, just pick the fruit. I really should have, but these things were falling over like crazy, so I was like, I just can't do that no more. I need to come check the squash. They got a little too much fertilizer. It got stuck on the leaves because they're so huge. So huge. I'm gonna take out some of these squash plants though, because I don't need some of them anymore. Like, I don't need any more of these guys right here. Oh, you can't even see. Okay. So I don't need any more of these anymore. I got the two that I wanted. Cut these things by now pretty well. So I really don't need any more of these. I don't eat a whole lot of them anyways. I only planted 2. So they're coming up. They're gonna go on the porch in my pile of decaying matter. Not exactly a compost pile, but something. Alright, looks like this one's starting to produce a little zucchini. I'm gonna let it try to keep its thing going on here. I do come through periodically and actually take out some of the extra leaves, because if you leave too many leaves up, pollinators don't have a hard time getting into them. Okay, so taking out this plant and this plant here. Did a great job at weaving these together, so taking them apart should be fun. Almost fell. Ugh. I'm going to have to buy more of these clips next year. And cages. Lots of cages. I got bit by something, so my butt itches. Yeah, see, I feel kind of bad because it's growing little fruits. But I don't need any more. And I'd rather open up the space for the plants I am still growing. Now the zucchini's got more airflow. Maybe it'll grow. Maybe it won't. I can move these yellow squash over into this space now. Plus, I just want to break down as much as I can afford to get away with now, so I don't have as much to do when I get home. This way there's just less to do later. Okay. So bring this up. See, now this has this area I can play with. And that gives that some more space too. These are all turned around the other way. It has more space, more air. Yeah, that's pretty well sunk into the ground there, so that ain't going nowhere. But I'm going to trim up some of these leaves. I mean, I could actually be done with the yellow squash too. Yeah, I'm going to call it for the yellow squash. Yeah. Don't think of it. I've gotten a whole giant bag worth of these. I don't need any more. Squash will just keep producing a bunch. I've given enough airflow. Okay. All right. Whew. That's more airflow for the cucumbers, which are really producing quite a bit down there at the bottom. Quite a bit up here. So I think they get more airflow, more sun now. So they'll produce a little bit better. This thing will get some more airflow now. This thing here will get some more airflow now. More sun, more nutrients. So it should be doing a lot better. Got a couple little zucchinis trying to form. Zucchini is just one thing I didn't really get. I got one huge one that was too big to actually do anything with. And unfortunately, by the time those little ones grow, I'll be out of state and they're gonna grow huge again. That's just kind of how it works, right? So that's it for today. Peanuts, should cauliflower, broccoli go. They will all get done when I get back. I will come out again and check on the, I have pumpkin going in the middle of the aisle. Yeah, I don't care. I will come back and check on the cucumbers before I go. I do still have a few days. I'm always out of breath. Whew. My potatoes are gonna go until the first frost, so I have plenty of time for that. That won't happen until end of September, early October, or somewhere in October will be the first frost. And once the first frost happens, the plants will die down, the skins will harden, and then I can go through and pick up the potatoes. That's not really a significant amount of potatoes to live off of, unfortunately. I mainly did it the way I did, just so I had seed, and then I didn't maintain it the way I should have because the fence was in the way. And next year it's going to be boxes that I can stack so I can hill them up properly. It's going to be that kind of fun year. I didn't get nearly as much done this year as I wanted. Between we switched my meds, so trying to switch meds for fibromyalgia caused depression, and I'm a zombie most of the time. My mom's sick, my cat's sick. A whole mess of things made it so I didn't want to get up and do squat. I did get up and do squat. I just didn't film a lot of me getting up and doing squat because it's not a pretty sight. I mean, I'm not wearing makeup and that's not a pretty sight either, but yeah, nobody wants to see the depression person when you're all depressed, because that's like the one topic where best friends suddenly don't want to have anything to do with their friends because it's depressing for them to be around somebody who's going through a rough time. So I'm not filming that stuff. I deal with it. I come out and do what I can, and then, you know, that was it. But I didn't maintain it the way I should have. The kittens starting off, messing up my seeds at the start didn't help anything either. My onions are pretty much garbage. Might be able to salvage some garlic. Next year I'm going to take a better run at it. I know about the bugs. I know that they are god awful. I know how to prevent them this time. We also have something that goes in the ground. We pay a pest service that comes and puts stuff in the ground that kills a lot of the gnats and the eggs, and the bugs have been a lot better. I'm just still getting chewed up by mosquitoes. Mosquitoes I can handle. These gnats with those giant welts, no. So next year is going to be a lot better, but I'll show you what it comes down when I break down the garden at the end, assuming there's even any corn left. I literally sprinkled cayenne on every single piece of corn, so if they wanted it, they're going to get poisoned trying to get it. Cayenne is toxic to them, so they usually avoid it. So I covered everything down with cayenne. I mean, they got to this corn, but they didn't really eat it because it's covered in cayenne. So, suckers. I was just trying to save a couple, but to be honest, it's just a bad idea. So electric fence next year is the way to go. I'm going to take these tomatoes in. I didn't get a whole lot. Next year it's going to be a little better setup. The tomatoes will get their own row. The peppers will get their own row. I will hopefully have them properly labeled. Okay. I'm going to look it up before I actually edit this video. So I'm going to edit this video. I will be on the road by the time you guys see this. So I will already be probably halfway to California. I'll be bringing my laptop so I can edit on the road too. I'm going to do some controversial stuff. There's certain truck stops along the route that do have RV parking. I'm going to be stopping in them because you can actually pay for RV parking at some of them. A lot of people hate that. If you can afford that, you can afford a campground. Campgrounds are stupid expensive. You can get a 4-star hotel for less than what some campgrounds are charging. And then you have to have a certain year. I've already checked with the campground in California. My RV is they don't have a year limit as long as I wash it off before coming from Burning Man, which I'm not going to, so that's not an issue. And it's not falling apart, it's fine. And hopefully it's not falling apart by the time I get to California. So when you see this, I'll be in California right now. Actually, right about now, my video for the RV is just now going live on YouTube, so shows you guys the time frame we're working in. Anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and get inside. My dog is looking anxious, and I have some debris I have to go put on the back porch, and it's my burn pile, but it kind of degrades before it makes it to the burn pile because I have to put it in the fire pit. I digress. Anyways, so I will catch you guys on the road. I guess I'll see you guys in California, or you'll see me. Alright, bye guys. Don't forget, if you're liking these videos, to like, share, and subscribe. And also you can ring the bell for notifications, and it'll let you know right when a new video launches. And if you haven't subscribed yet, you can subscribe right here. And also, if you want to see all the videos that you have missed so far, you can click right here. There's the thing. You can click right here, and it'll send you to my videos in order playlist. You can watch them all as I drop them. And we'll see you next time. Bye guys.